everybody, welcome back. If you're joining us for the first time or you're coming back because you're watching this series, either way, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't already done so. All helps here on YouTube. Today we have two games for you in League 2. First of all, against the second place team in the league at the moment, Bradford City, and the other game is against Hartlepool. Welcome from the bottom to the top. Hello and welcome to episode 45 of From the Bottom to the Top, and my name is Mark. On today's episode we have, as mentioned, two games in the League 2 for you. Bradford City and Hartlepool are our games today. As you will see, since you were last with us, we have played one game. Sutton United, a 3-0 win. Goals from Conor McBride, Will Russ and Matty Willock. Matty Willock goal was an absolute stupendous goal, to be fair. We might have a look at that in a minute if we're being very generous. But we have also had 3 clean sheets in a row, which is also rather splendid. Yeah, we're doing reasonably well. As you will see, we're still top of the table. Let's have a proper look at this table. 48 points at the top. We are now 15 points clear of Bradford City, who we play a first game up today in second place. That means it's a 6-pointer. Colchester are in third. They have a game in hand over us, and if they were to win that game in hand, would have 35 points. So we would be 13 points in front of them. But either way, we have quite a substantial cushion here at the top. And as much as anything else, points-wise, we also have a very substantial goal difference as well. So, as you'll see, they're the most frugal side in for giving away goals in the league, and also far and away by about 14 goals, I think. Colchester, the next best goal scorer, is 31. We've scored 45, so 14 goals more than them as it currently stands. Right. Having said all of that, I don't think there's a great deal else to tell you right at the minute. First game up then is Bradford City. Previous meetings against Bradford City, we haven't had any. So it is new territory again for us. Away today, of course, at, where is their ground? It's the Utilita Energy Stadium. I can't remember what it used to call. What the stadium. They're all sponsored these days, aren't they? Anyway, without any more to do, let's get into the game and into the episode. It is our first game up of the episode. It's a League 2 game against Bradford City at their place. And as you come back and join us, I have signed a new contract for a further 2 years here at Farsley Celtic, and an increase of £200 a week to my salary. No, sorry, £300. They did only want to offer me one, so they're going to increase it by £100. But I did stick out for the 300. They were negotiating for a while, and that's about the third time I think they've offered me a contract, and I've stuck out for 1.3 thousand a week. And previously they've not wanted to negotiate beyond about 1.1. But I think they've seen the light as we get down to December with 6 months left on my contract. I think they've decided that maybe, just maybe, as we're doing so well here in League 2, they don't want me to disappear into the sunset sometime in the second half of the season. So they've done a contract deal with me now. So we'll see if anybody else comes in due course. But for now, we are secure here at Farsley Celtic. Anyway, less to do with the sidetracks. Let's get on with the team that's going to face a Bradford City in this top of the table clash. Fryer in goal, Robinson, Jones, Nelson and Lembigsa, Kaji, Harlock and Willock in midfield. Dixon in front of them. McBride and Russ up front, with Smith, Fernandez, Shepherd, Nolan, Godsmart, Ford, Brunt and Cannon all on the bench. And the game is underway here at Bradford. Bradford paying in a white, and I quite like their kit as well. And Fryer picks that one from under the crossbar. We are playing in our light blue kit today, our first away kit. Nelson picks up the ball and comes forward. That ball forward to Russ, who heads it on. I'm not quite sure who he thought was there. We've had the invisible man in one of the other series. Maybe. Oh, and a mistake there. And Edwards is in and puts the ball away in the back of the net. Who made that mistake? It was Nelson. And he got called out just on 3 minutes. Not long into this game. It was a direct route one over the top. Nelson caught out completely. And Edwards managed to put it away. Right. In which case, we are going to tell Ronnie Nelson off. I've done that. Need to see better. 20 minutes into the game, no more highlights. We've had 5 shots, none of which are on target. We've actually got 1 on target now. We're coming out from the back. Fryer to Nelson. Nelson to Lembixa. Lembixa to Willock. Willock finds Russ. Russ, he didn't get that ball through to Lembixa, was lucky to get it back off of the defender. Russ. Harlock to Nelson. Nelson forward to Russ. He's put it in the back of the net. Russ is on reasonably good form at the moment. 20th goal of the season. And with 25 minutes on the clock, we are back on level terms. Took good 20 odd minutes to get back in it, but have done it. Lovely ball. And I think it might have been Nelson that actually delivered that. Bride with the free kick, and it's gone right way through. I think penalty's been given. It has. McBride steps up. He missed his last one. But he's managed to put this one away, and we go 2-1 up from coming from behind. Goalkeeper went the right way, but the power of the shot beat the goalkeeper. By the time he got there, it had gone. And 12th goal of the season. Have to remember that Bradford aren't second for no reason at all. And that looked like we put that into the crowd, but clearly you didn't. It was a shot. Oh, in fact, I think in Patton, very, very brave, getting his head to it because Nelson had put his foot up. Yeah, it was Ronnie Nelson that the assist for the goal by Will Russ to make amends for the one that he gave away. Jones comes out of defence, finds Luke Robinson. Luke Robinson to Kadji, Harlock, Dixon. And we come forward again. Dixon trying to run it through for Russ, but it was defended well. This one over the top again. This time Nelson has tracked it and he's equal to it. Heads it back to Fryer. And we build from the back. 38 minutes on the clock. And Robinson comes forward, checks his run forward. He's got Kadji inside him. Dixon finds Willock, and Willock has put that away. That's 3-1. 7th goal of the season for Willock, Matty Willock. And out of our sign-ins in the summer, he's probably one of the better ones. Well worked. And it could be that their goal woke us up. It's woken us up very, very well. 3-1. as it currently stands. And there we go to half-time. Goals from Russ, McBride and Willock getting us in front after Kayan Edwards scored just 4 minutes into the game. Made it look as if this was going to be territory, but actually has ended up quite well. 14 shots, 7 on target against their 7 and 5. So they're doing very well. 7 with 5 of them on target, but we have a 1.94 XG, 59% possession. We just got to keep control of the game in the second half. No changes made at half time. Really borne out the fact we don't need to. Everybody's happy, as you can see, for now anyway. As we come down to the hour mark, they have a free kick. Cook swings it in, but that's straight into the arms of Fryer. It's a good header, but very direct into the arms. And, Fryer rolls it out to Nelson. Lembiksa to Dixon. Dixon to Russ. Russ pushes it through for McBride. McBride has his second of the game. 16th goal of the season. 4-1 is the scoreline. And, well, first playing second, you would expect them to be a very close game. And I'm going with the fact that if it's this easy, then maybe Bradford aren't too much of a worry. Oof, that was lucky and well saved by their goalkeeper. Yeah, not too much of a worry, and I think that gap at the top's going to get ever bigger as the season goes on. Robinson with the free kick. It's headed down by McBride, but offside, I think. Oh, handball. McBride handled the ball. Read the bit at the bottom, Mark. It tells you what's going on. It tells you what's going on. Never have time to read it. I'm too busy watching what's going on. Back with the days when Football Manager, when you used to just, everything didn't have anything. It used to just go to a screen with a picture of this stadium or a stadium. And then you would read what was happening. Oh, so-and-so's passed to so-and-so and somebody's tripped so-and-so and somebody's through on goal and it's a goal. Yeah, that you used to have to picture it in your head, what was actually happening. It's a bit like listening to it on the radio. Do you remember when football never used to be on telly? You only ever be on the radio. You used to only be... Football Manager used to be like that. It's like all of a sudden somebody invented the telly. Right, it is changearoo time. Let's have a look and see. Bearing in mind we've got a break after 2 weeks down to the next game after this one, so we've got plenty of time to rest players. Nobody's really tired here and all doing very well. I'm reluctant to bring anybody off as it currently stands. I don't think I'm going to make any changes, to be fair. Nobody's really tired. And as I say, we've got 2 weeks to rest them going down into the next game against Hartlepool, because I think the 7th of December would have been a FA Cup round, but because we've been knocked out, we're not in it. Kerrigan is marking tightly. Never trigger press. I'm thinking at the very least we should tackle these two guys hard. We'll leave it at that. Don't really want them to score any more goals. But Robinson with a throw in then to McBride. McBride to Robinson, and he's through back to the goalkeeper. And he launches one forward. Nelson's under this, but he heads it down to Ellender. Kerrigan. Out there wide. Crosses it in, and it's a goal. And that man, Kayon Edwards, again, getting the second of the game. I think we've seen sprinkles of quality from them. And Nelson, again, getting caught out by Edwards. He's not had a good day against Edwards, has he? If we're going to make a change, it's a bit late now, isn't it? 88 minutes gone. Question of whether he was offside, I think. He is there. But actually he's behind the ball. As the ball comes in, it does go backwards. So not offside. 3 minutes of injury time then. and full time comes. We've won the game 4-2. Probably 2 goals from them was a little bit excessive. We shouldn't never allow them to get those 2 goals, really. It was Nelson that had the bit of a problem with marking Edwards today. But there you go. Matty Willock doing the good job. Conor McBride, a player of the match. So there we go. 22 shots, 12 on target, 2.84, 58% possession. They had 15 shots, 10 on target. Very, very good. 1.22, 42% possession. Let's see what that does to the table, because theoretically, that is a 6-pointer for us. And the gap at the top of the table is now a huge 16 points after that. We do have a game in hand over Colchester. Sorry, we don't have a game in. Colchester have a game in hand over us. But even so, if they were to win that game, 38 points, that was still 13 points clear of them. Bradford City, having lost that game, are now some 18 points behind us. Yeah, I think that's right. 18 points behind us. Colchester beating Exeter City 4-2. So Colchester and Bradford are the 2 teams in our immediate vicinity. Tranmere and Northampton chugging along behind. Northampton lost to Walsall, and Tranmere today. Let's have a look, see if we can find the Tranmere score. They beat Grimsby by a 0-0. Right, next up in the episode is a game against Hartlepool. They're down in 17th, but stranger things have happened. That's how the table looks. 14 days down to the next game, so we've got plenty of time to rest the players. Hopefully not picking up too many injuries in training. And Hartlepool, yes, I was trying to think what I was doing then for a minute. We've not played them before either, so a lot of these teams we've never got no history against, so we can't really tell whether they're good, bad or indifferent. But one would like to think we can go away and get a result with, as you'll see, since we lost. In fact, the last time we've dropped points was against Tranmere in the league. Since then, we've had a 2-0, 4-0, 4-1, 1-0, 3-0, 3-0, and a 4-2. So we've only dropped 3 goals in that period of time. Scored lots. Plenty of clean sheets as well. So doing extremely well. Let's have a look at the team that will face Hartlepool. Well, it makes you wonder what we have got ourselves into in using the pitch at Harrogate as our home ground, whilst our ground is being upgraded to League Two standard, because we've got a waterlogged pitch again here at the Envirovent Stadium, which means that the match against Hartlepool has been postponed. And it also means that we will be that game will be pushed back, which means Northampton is the team that we're going to play in the second game of the episode. And Northampton currently are 3rd in the table, but there are a round of games to come before we play that game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle forward, and I will come back before we have a look at the team and show you what the table looks like before we go into that game against Northampton. So before the team that will face Northampton in this League Two match, as we've gone down the schedule a little bit more, these are the results from the previous round. There are a number of games that have been played as well, which has equaled out the amount of games played. So games in hand and what have you. Colchester had lost their game in hand. And as you'll see, have slipped down the table somewhat. Have they lost again in this round of match? They did. And they lost to today's opponents, Northampton, 3-1. Bradford City winning their game against Accrington Stanley 1-0. Newport County 1-1. Who else are up the top here? Bradford, Colchester. We've already mentioned Tranmere. Tranmere drawing 1-1 with Morecambe. So, yeah, that's how the scores have gone in the previous round of games, which now gives us a game in hand at the top. We are 13 points clear of Northampton, our opponents today. So, again, it comes down to another 6-pointer, 13 points clear of them. And if we can win today, then obviously we'll open that gap up. If we lose today, they will close the gap on us. And the gap will be down to a mere 11 points, I think, if they win today. In fact, down to 10 points. So if they win today, they will have 41 points. We'll be stuck on 51, albeit we still will have a game in hand. Yeah, that game in hand, we will need to win against Hartlepool when it comes round to it. Right, let's go and have a look at the team that is going to face Northampton then. Here we go. Fryer in goal. Robinson, Jones, Nelson and Doherty. Willock and Kadji and Brunt in midfield. Dixon in front of them. McBride and Russ up front. Smith, Lembiksa, Shepherd, Cannon, Fernandez, Harlock and Nolan are all on the bench. We're underway here at Northampton at the Sixfield Stadium. And Northampton in their crimson-y coloured shirts. We're playing in our usual green. First quarter for now, pretty even Stevens. Not a lot in it. We have a throw in. Doherty throws to Brunt. Brunt back to Doherty. Doherty swings it in. McBride. He has his 17th goal of the season. And he is on good form at the moment. 17 days off has not made a jot of difference to him. Thankfully, lovely cross ball and Conor McBride. We could have a problem with him going into the close season. He's busy trying to get him to sign a new contract, and he's refusing to do it, saying that he's got the ability to move on to bigger teams. I'm hoping if we get promoted before the end of the season that we might be able to entice him, given that we'll be playing at a higher level. As we head into half-time, half-time comes. Conor McBride, that goal after 26 minutes, giving us the lead. And it's a good first half. 11 shots, 8 on target, 0.79 against their 5 shots, 2 on target, 0.46. And we've had 56% of the possession. And we're back underway here. Robinson throwing into Willock. Kadji, Dixon, McBride finds Russ. Russ tries to get it back to McBride, but it's a poor pass, to be fair. And Northampton will have a chance to come in. Ibrahim. Oh, to come off the crossbar. Fryer was very lucky there. He tried to chip him, and I'm lucky for us, unlucky for them. He got the crossbar. I'd like to think that Fryer had done enough. Bradford 2 up against Walsall in their game. Langley. That's headed down by Russ. Into the path of Dixon. Doherty heads that forward. No, doesn't head it forward, but puts it forward for Russ. It's headed back. Kadji, Jones, Dixon, Willock, Russ, McBride, through to Brunt, through to Dixon. It's got in the back of the net. It's the third goal of the season. It's offside. A bit delayed, that, wasn't it? Oh, that's mean. That is really mean. That was just fractionally offside. Just offside, living up to the channel name. 75 minutes comes, getting carried away then. I was busy watching what was going on elsewhere. And again, because we've had a long rest, we don't really need to rest these guys. Josh Dixon is playing okay. Luke Robinson having such a good game out there. We might just have a bit of a rest a couple of players, do you think? Conor McBride, he's doing all right. Looking probably the tired out of most. Matty Willock. Bring Gerard Harlock on for Matty Willock. Lewis Doherty. We can bring Lambixa on for him. Just do those 2 changes for the moment. Point a finger, go out and make a difference. Just that 1 goal in it, and it's probably not enough at this stage of the game. We need to see if we can get another one. Pinnock with a throw in, and Northampton potentially could get an equaliser here, but Brunt doing his defending work there. Russ to McBride to Dixon. Holds the ball up in midfielder. Kaji finds Brunt again. Dixon comes forward. He's had a shot, and it's not far off target, just a little bit high. I think the goalkeeper would have dealt with it otherwise. 86 minutes on the clock, and it might be a case of seeing this game out. Nico Jones is tired. Fernandez can come on for him, and we will do our usual trick here. Harlock can drop in back in there. Is Harlock better or Brunt better? No, Harlock definitely. Can Kaji? No, he can't. That's what we'll do. And we'll go to balanced. Fernandez coming on for Nico Jones. Just resting a few players. Don't need to wear them out. 4 minutes of injury time. And there is a highlight, which is a bit of a worry. Nelson heads that down, but straight into the path of Hume, who has a shot, and it's not clear, but Fryer is giving a corner away. It didn't look as if it had gone out, but apparently it had. Cross comes in, it's headed clear, upfield, and Russ will get there, tidies up, and we're on the counter-attack. Can we get a second? No, it's all over. So we've managed to win that by a 0-0. The goal from Conor McBride after 26 minutes. A 6-pointer, don't forget, because Northampton were in second place. Let's have a quick look and see what that's done to the table. So after that round of games, with a game in hand still, I hasten to add, we are 15 points clear at the top of the table. A goal difference of 36. The next best goal difference is 10. So we've got a plus 26 goal difference. That is absolutely ridiculous. We really are just blowing this division away, and we're in for record points, I'm thinking. Not even halfway through the season yet. Are we 23-46? No. About 2 more games and we'll be halfway through the season, and we're on 54 points. We are absolutely running away with this at the moment, unless things go really, really badly. Cheltenham beating Oldham Athletic. Cheltenham down here somewhere. Well, they're climbing the table. Now up to 8th. So, yeah, there's a number of teams have got games in hand now. Colchester being one of those, but even if they were to win it, we'll only come up to about here. So, not going to trouble our 15 points gap at the top. Some Caribou Cup information there. Quarterfinals, Manchester United beating Swansea and Nottingham Forest beating Fulham. So 8 straight wins, it tells me, and another clean sheet. Clean sheet bonus has been going to Fryer. He'll be rubbing his hands after he took a little bit of time to settle in, but he's settled in really, really well now. Right, that's messed up the run, because obviously we were going to play Northampton and Exeter offline and come back for Bradford and Cheltenham. We still are going to come back for Bradford and Cheltenham, mainly because Bradford are still near the top there. In fact, they're in second. So again, it's another 6-pointer. So top of the table stuff, I think it's important to perhaps see that. So Bradford, Cheltenham in the next episode. Cheltenham on a good run at the moment as well. If we have a look at the this table. Cheltenham, yeah, they've won 3 of their last 5, drawn the other 2. Northampton Bradford have won 3 and lost 2, one of those against us, same as Northampton. So that's how it's looking in League 2 as it currently stands. And we'll be back for those games in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of this and our other 2 series, To Be a Legend and Making Tottenham Hotspurs Again. And of course, let you know what's happening with FM23 when it comes out. We're, as the days and the weeks go by, we're getting ever closer to FM23. Beta due out somewhere around about the 25th of October, we reckon. Usually comes out about 2 weeks before. Might be on the Monday if we're lucky. And the full version coming out on the 8th of November. So we'll be having a beta series and a proper series. And the 2 series will run alongside one another as we get going. New episodes from the bottom of the top, currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And if you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me at Twitter at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 46. It's out on Thursday. Until then, very goodbye.